No one saw this coming, not the fans waiting in line, not the commentators covering Wimbledon, and probably not Eala herself. Right in the middle of the most unforgettable Wimbledon campaign of her career, something completely unexpected happened. The Princess of Wales stepped into the story, creating a moment that nobody could have predicted. It all began on July 2, 2026, at the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club. Wimbledon was buzzing with excitement. The grounds were packed, the atmosphere was electric, and everyone expected the familiar royal routine. The Princess of Wales would arrive, greet the crowd from a distance, take her place in the royal box on centre court, and watch the day's biggest matches. That's how Wimbledon has worked for years, but this year was different. Instead of heading straight to the VIP section, Catherine, Princess of Wales, surprised everyone by visiting Wimbledon's legendary queue, the famous overnight line where thousands of devoted tennis fans camp for the chance to buy tickets. Rather than offering a quick wave before moving on, she spent time with the ticket staff and personally handed tickets to fans who had been waiting since before sunrise. Imagine expecting to be greeted by a tournament volunteer, only to look up and find the Princess of Wales smiling back at you. It was a gesture that instantly won over the crowd, and she wasn't finished surprising people. When it was finally time to watch the tennis, she made another unexpected decision. Instead of taking her traditional seat in the royal box on centre court, she chose to watch the action from court 1. There she sat alongside British tennis legend Andy Murray and former British number 1 Anne Keothavong, enjoying the matches like any other tennis fan. For the patron of the All England Club, a role she inherited from Queen Elizabeth II in 2016, that was a remarkable choice. It wasn't about ceremony. It was about being close to the people and the sport she loves. And as it turned out, that decision placed her at the heart of one of Wimbledon 2026's most memorable stories, because on that very same day, Eala was battling to keep her tournament alive. The 21-year-old Filipina found herself in serious trouble against Australia's Maya Joint. After dropping the opening set 3-6, the pressure was immense. Many players would have struggled to recover. Eala did the opposite. She completely changed the momentum of the match, raising her level when it mattered most. She stormed through the second set 6-2 before finishing the comeback with a dominant final set, securing an emotional victory that sent her into the round of 32. The reward, a blockbuster showdown with reigning Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek. It was the latest chapter in a rivalry that was already becoming one of the tour's most fascinating matchups. Eala had stunned Swiatek earlier in the season at the Miami Open, proving she could defeat one of the world's very best. But Swiatek answered back in Madrid, reminding everyone why she was one of the sport's biggest champions. Now, Wimbledon would decide the next chapter. Fresh off an exhausting comeback victory, Eala suddenly found herself preparing for the biggest match of her tournament. Yet before stepping onto centre court again, another unforgettable moment unfolded. Somewhere amid the excitement, Eala came face to face with the Princess of Wales herself. Eala later shared the meeting on her Instagram story, posting a photo alongside Catherine and fellow WTA player Zeynep Sönmez. Her caption was simple but heartfelt. She described it as an honor to take a photo with Her Royal Highness. There were no elaborate ceremonies, no staged media event. Just a genuine moment between a rising tennis star and British royalty during the sport's most prestigious tournament. And that single photograph captured something much bigger than anyone realized at the time. On one side stood a 21-year-old Filipina making history at Wimbledon. On the other stood the Princess of Wales, representing one of Britain's most enduring traditions. Two completely different worlds came together in one unforgettable moment, right at the center of the biggest tennis tournament on earth. Now put those two stories side by side. On one hand, you have a princess determined to step away from royal tradition and spend the day among ordinary tennis fans. On the other, you have a rising star determined to prove she belongs among the very best in the world. Together, those stories created one of the most unforgettable days of Wimbledon 2026. There was no carefully planned press event, no scheduled royal appearance with a featured player. just two remarkable journeys crossing paths at exactly the right moment. And the internet noticed every second of it. With every photo and every post spreading across social media, fans couldn't stop talking about the unexpected meeting between Eala and the Princess of Wales. But the story didn't end there. The tournament was only getting tougher, and Eala's biggest challenge still lay ahead. No matter what happened in the following rounds, that photograph with the princess had already secured its place in her Wimbledon journey. It became more than a souvenir. It became a symbol of just how extraordinary her breakthrough had become. And if the version of Eala that showed up that week continued to play at the same level, the rest of the WTA Tour had every reason to pay attention. Take a moment to appreciate just how unlikely everything was. Eala didn't arrive on court 1 looking like the favorite against Australia's Maya Joint. After losing the opening set 3-6, it looked as though her Wimbledon dream might be slipping away. Instead, she completely changed the match. She dominated the second set 6-2 before overwhelming Joint in the decider, completing a remarkable comeback that transformed what seemed destined to become a disappointing exit into one of the biggest turning points of her career. That wasn't simply surviving another round. It was a statement. And it all happened on the very same day the Princess of Wales chose to experience Wimbledon differently. Rather than remaining distant behind royal tradition, she walked through the famous queue, greeted fans personally, handed out tickets, and later watched the action from the stands alongside Andy Murray and Anne Keothavong. For someone who serves as the patron of the All England club, that decision spoke volumes. She chose connection over ceremony. Somewhere amid that unforgettable atmosphere, Eala and the princess crossed paths naturally, creating a photograph neither of them had planned. That's what makes the moment so memorable. It wasn't another celebrity photo opportunity arranged for the cameras. It was genuine. Eala later shared the picture herself, describing it as an honor to meet Her Royal Highness. Reading her words, you could almost feel the excitement. It sounded exactly like a young athlete living through one of the greatest weeks of her life and wanting to remember every second of it. Then, just 2 days later, she delivered the performance that changed everything. Standing across the net was reigning Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek, one of the world's top players, one of the most successful competitors on grass, the favorite by almost every prediction, but Eala refused to follow the script. She battled through a dramatic first-set tiebreak before claiming it, then played fearless, confident tennis in the second set, closing out a stunning 6-2 victory. There was no collapse, no hesitation, no fear, just complete belief. With that victory, Eala became the first Filipino player ever to reach the 4th round of Wimbledon, making history for her country. The tennis world reacted immediately. Wimbledon's official Instagram account celebrated the victory with a simple but powerful message. Eala is the moment. Those 5 words perfectly captured what fans around the world were already thinking. Support poured in from every direction. Filipino celebrities celebrated the historic achievement across social media. Ryan Agancillo, Janine Gutierrez, Drew Arellano, Ann Curtis, Dimples Romana, Eugene Domingo, and boxing legend Manny Pacquiao all joined the growing wave of congratulations. Then came another special moment. Maria Sharapova, the 5-time Grand Slam champion and one of Eala's childhood idols, also acknowledged her incredible run. For a young player who grew up dreaming of competing on tennis' biggest stages, that recognition carried enormous meaning. When you step back and look at the entire 48-hour stretch, it's almost difficult to believe everything happened so quickly. A comeback victory after dropping the opening set, an unforgettable meeting with the Princess of Wales, a stunning upset over the reigning Wimbledon champion, an outpouring of support from Filipino icons, recognition from one of tennis' greatest champions. Those are the kinds of moments that change careers forever. Whatever happens next, Eala has already produced a Wimbledon story that fans will remember for years to come. And if she continues playing with this same confidence and fearlessness, the message to the rest of the WTA Tour is unmistakable. Eala is no longer just a promising young talent. She has become a genuine contender, and the tennis world is finally taking notice.